John C.
JKL Harris smells like syrupy waffles. Saying he smells good?
Iris.
Welcome back to The Greatest Show. I am JKL Harris. Sorry, making sure that I was doing the right thing. Why is first locked? Because Alfie got it. Alfie redeemed first. She was just better. Damn, imagine. Damn, imagine. Hello, gamers. Alfie, congratulations on first. Hello, Splash Cena. Simonin, thank you so much for the 4 months. Hearus, sup, nerd. Skish you. There's no announcement? What? Are you talking about in chat? I see Alfie pressed it. I don't see it. Did you get here too late to see it? Alfie was on top of it. Like, maybe that's why you don't see it. It's like literally like... No, you were the first actual post, so there's no way there was enough things. But anyway, hello gamers. Internet seems to be not dropping frames today. Monday, I clicked start stream. And Alf Splash redeemed first. And then Alfie redeemed first. And I was like, what the fuck? I looked down, I'm like, oh, I'm dropping some frames due to my network. And then I had another thing saying there's an ad about to start. And I'm like, we're still in an ad. What do you mean an ad's about to start? And I asked if Splash could redeem first again, and she could. So that's when I realized, man, stream's just going to keep restarting. We're going to be in permanent ad break hell. There's no point in streaming. And at first I thought it was just a Twitch thing, but I was having issues on Discord as well. Truly first. I'm sorry, Alfie. Crank, thank you for the stream streak. I appreciate it. Oh God, how far back does that go? Because I've missed a lot of streams recently, and I'm very sorry about that. Missing streams for jury duty just really took me out of my groove. Been bad energy around it. No, you didn't know. You just redeemed first. You know, Harrison looked it up, and it's surprisingly easy to become a pilot. Like, obviously it's hard, but not as hard as I thought. It's just expensive, right? Like, that's the biggest hurdle, is like how much money it costs, which makes sense if you're trying to make it so, hey, it's easy if you have money, and you know, that seems like one of those jobs. Well, military pilot. Oh, I mean, it's incredibly competitive. That's the part that's hard about it, is like, no matter what, like, maybe the Marine Corps, it's a little bit easier because the truly competitive position is actually infantry officer, which makes sense if you understand the type of person that joins the Marine Corps, especially the infantry. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying this. Dad the Noob would know better than me, you know, seeing as he was a goddamn Marine Corps infantry officer. But I mean, sir, feel free to jump in any time and correct me, because I'm sure I'm not 100% up to date. But I imagine, well, pilot in the Marine Corps is still probably pretty competitive. It's not as competitive as infantry officer. What the fuck? Join the Vermont Air National Guard. Apply as a pilot. If they sent me, I'd be guaranteed to fly F-35s. Really? Wow.
Hair smells like syrupy
EPN,
waffles.
thank you for gifting a sub to Alfie.
Smells good.
Appreciate
Dad
that.
the Nude gifted a tier 1 sub to Alfredo Buns. They have given 6 gift subs in the channel.
I forgot the Army was also, because they're the F-35As, Alphas, right? I think. Because Marine Corps is the Bravo variant. Well, we also use the Charlie variant because that's the carrier variant. One more note to do, then I can get the fuck out of here and go collapse in a puddle at home. Hell yeah. Vermont has F-35s that fly around the city nearby. They are really loud. Yeah. The, man, the bees. The F-35 Alphas, are they short takeoff and landing? I can't remember. Or are they just, you know, right next to Pearson, which Harris probably knows about? Wait, I don't even know if I remember where Pearson is. I mean, I know I could go look it up real quick. It's better than getting in my car and go unalive an asshole. Do not go unalive an asshole, even if they deserve it. Especially if they deserve it. Because then it'll be easy to bring it back to you if they deserve it. Not that you should be unaliving people that don't deserve it. Ah. He fucking dwarfs. He fucking deserves. I believe it. But yeah, no, I mean, Cass, if that's what you want to do, like, by all means. The F-35s are cool. They've come a long way. But even a decade ago, more than a decade ago, I was filming F-35Bs and just... So, the B variant, the Marine Corps made sure that they could do short takeoff and vertical landing. And by vertical landing, I mean they straight up hover and land vertically, and it's always cool to see, and such a trip to see. Because like I've been in an Osprey, that's landed like that. And Ospreys are the ones that have the tilt rotor, so they also can do that. And they only crash sometimes doing it. I hate to spit the party line 12 years after getting out, but every plane crashes sometimes. Especially when, like, they're that experimental. But also, the plane they're replacing also crashes sometimes. And needs a lot more maintenance, or needs just as much maintenance, if not more, and becoming harder and harder to convince companies to keep making the parts for them. And also, those old planes are falling, but well, we thought we're falling behind our adversaries. Obviously, Russia showed us the past couple of years that maybe we were wrong about that, but that was absolutely because we were misled, not because, like, I mean, I'm sure there were some people who were chomping at the bit and were willing to fluff up any intel that said specifically Russia was ahead of us, but, like, there was intel. Oh yeah, I'm aware F-35 is a huge issue at first, probably seems to have grown into itself. It was, if it didn't grow into itself at some point, then we would have had much bigger problems than it not growing into itself. Remember, planes usually only ever crash once. Usually. Sorry, what AFK, what did I miss? We started talking about the F-35 program, which, if you left because of that, totally understandable. Oh, you got a sub. Yeah, DTN gave you a sub. Wanted to show no hard feelings. But anyway, we should continue so I can try to remember where the fuck I was in this game. Hydrate, thank you. I just refilled my water.
Come and find me when you have a moment.
I forgot I got into this thing. I don't know what this combo is. What the fuck is a combo? Basically, from the little bit I read about it, it's a way for Twitch to try to convince people to gift more bits. Now, I get all the revenue from it, so I'm like, I don't know how much I'm supposed to complain about it, but I have heard some creators start speaking out about, like, hype trades and stuff like that, and concerns of Twitch creating FOMO on monetization and not necessarily being happy about that. I'm starting to realize that's kind of how I feel too, of like, if people want to give me money, I'm not going to say no, but also, like, I don't want people to feel like they're missing out by not giving me money. You're in Jan's house about to ride SKA to the Patris. True. You? Yeah, Scambo. Yeah. Like, I actually do have the option to turn it off, and I think I'm going to make a post in the Discord to try to talk about it more. If people think it's fun, like, I'll definitely keep it around, but if people are concerned of, like, hey, this feels like a way to... Oh my god. Thank you for the... Is that 12 bits? Wait, I have no idea. I am so confused. Maybe it was 60. Well, thank you. But also, yeah, I'm definitely having 12 dinos. Okay, 12 dinos, 60. Wait, yeah, 60 bits. But yeah, I definitely want to have a conversation with you guys of, like, if this feels even slightly predatory, then I want to take it off. Like, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for establishing a schedule for myself, which obviously I haven't been keeping up with, and that's why I want to keep working on it. And then, you know, get to do the hangout with you guys, and occasionally making a little bit of money off of it so I can afford. A bit is 1 cent, right? I get 1 cent, yes. It costs you slightly more than a cent to get it. But yes, whatever, so like 60 bits apparently were put into this. I get 60 bits, or 60 cents off of that, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up. It adds up over time. It's the subs, it's subs where math gets wonky, because it's 50% of what Twitch earns after taxes. which is weird because then I think I get taxed on my end after that, but I don't. Bezo exchange rate is like 4 bits to our 1, or pay 4 cents for 1 bit. Wait, it's $4 for like 100 bits? I haven't bought bits in so long. I've kind of realized how much of my money was going to Twitch, and I realized, shit, I should pull this back besides subbing to friends. If we give you enough bits for double animal style, will you send me 50 picks of Buster? Yeah, that's an easy trade. Remember you could watch ads to get free bits? Those were the days. Is it $7 for $5? I genuinely, Alfie, I haven't looked in forever. I'm sure it's easy. It's easy enough for me to look right now. Hold on. Click on bits. Click on bits. Oh, yeah, it's 500 bits for $7. Okay, I mean, that's still not a fantastic ratio, but it's way better than 4 to 1. But anyway, let's okay, we gotta call Lena. We gotta research something. We're apparently supposed to talk to the miner. There's another fucking rebellion. 1500 is 27 euro, or I'm blanking on what the hell the is it also a krona? No, maybe. I know their DKK is specifically the Danish krona, but there's a 1500 option. Yep, $19.95 with a 5% discount. Is it public knowledge that some stuff are more expensive on mobile because of Apple and other companies wanting transaction fee? Because it should be. It should be. I don't know if it is. Speaking of common knowledge, it's September, which means, hey, you get cheaper subs as long as it's a newer, or as long as it's a new one or a gift sub. Quick note about that, and genuinely, like, if you only do it for my channel, cool. The way to take advantage of that is cancel your subs, and then as they run out this month, you can start a new sub for cheaper this month. Depending on how many subs you have, it might actually be worth taking the time to do that, because, you know, it's, how much off is it? Yeah, but yes, people should sub on desktop. It's why you can't use your Prime on desktop. Or you can't sub Prime unless you're on desktop, and yeah, and again with the September thing, like if you cancel your sub, it'll run out. Like you still get the full month, but it'll run out whenever, and then you can then resub. It's technically a new sub, but it's a resub for cheaper for this month. That might help. As a name like Kirsten or Christian. But anyway, okay, so we gotta talk to the miner. There's a rebellion, apparently. We gotta construct 2 neutralizer towers, and we gotta call Lena. Jesus. Okay. Oh, and the storm's going on. Okay. They're all in the dormitory? Whatever, we'll talk to... Are you upset again? Is there a problem?
Is there a problem? Listen, Jan, we're fed up with your mistakes.
If I had a nickel for every time he said that, I'd have 3 nickels.
Morale is at an all-time low. You need to reevaluate your priorities, or else. What exactly do you want me to improve? Good leadership requires treating people as equals, or at least creating a credible impression of doing so. Stop ordering us around like puppets.
The fact that it's been the same speech from him 3 times, and every time it's because of like right now we're in a storm, so stuff is more annoying because of that. Why is Jan the botanist in such a bad mood? Wait, hold on. They're scared, all's panicking. Oh, yeah, like, right now we're in the middle of an event where everyone's potentially about to die, and we got to do this research thing. And so, like, by event, everyone's more upset. So I'm frustrated that these rebellions are like coming across as like, you're not being a good leader, when really it's because of a very specific thing. And not that I shouldn't care about them because it's a very specific thing, but it seems unavoidable of having a rebellion at these points. So if the devs know that, then make the rebellion about this, not about something generic. Like the same speech I've heard twice already. So I read a story on TikTok that talked about a German guy working with American coworkers. His name is Mr. Bick, pronounced bitch, and all the coworkers refused to call him by his name because of it. Oh no, that's not good. Call people by their names. What is the metals? Okay. September, Toptober, bottom November. It's the same as Frostpunk was more noticeable here because it's more confined personal. Well, there wasn't in Frostpunk. There wasn't this big whole speech of what you're doing wrong. That's the difference. Was lurk for a bit. Need to pick up Nathan B. Reference. All right. It's pronounced Biflum. Okay, where's the miner? The miner's in the contemplation room, which I just went past. Alfie. Am I the only Gen Z in your chat? Cass is literally posting right above you. Crank is literally two more posts above that. Let's see. So yeah, 2 of my 3 mods that are here. Both my mods that aren't here are Gen Z. Yeah. Needed to know? You're good. Yeah, both my mods that aren't here are Gen Z as well. Feel old, Harris? Me too. Damn, Harris, you got a lot of younger guys around. Yeah, it's Twitch. Got a mod type. Oh, of the two two mods that aren't here, one's a guy, one's a girl. Want to know the audience? It's Twitch, so like you're gonna have Gen Z, but definitely my audience is older on average than like your average stream. But like at this point, I don't think I have anyone who I know of. Obviously, like people will fib about their age. Not gonna name names, but I don't think I have anyone that's under 18 in this community. Which nothing against people who are under 18. They could be. They're plenty. Obviously, you could be a great person under 18. That is not a thing. But for ease of the fact that I'm 38 and just there's no questions whatsoever, like it's probably for the best that there's no one under 18 here. But like, can I talk about AO3 or do I need to act for sure? No. You can't say that. Oh, I'm actually 11? Yeah, Cass, you... I don't know if you can delete your own message, but you actually can be, like, get in trouble with Twitch for saying that, even when you're obviously joking. It's... I don't think it's just Twitch. I think there's a couple, like, Twitch and YouTube are, like, the big ones right now, but, like, that's not something... The reason is, if you are actually 11, there's, like, so much trouble they could get in that they'd rather like ban someone for saying or have someone get in trouble for saying that and ban them and make it so they can't do stuff on Twitch rather than deal with the chance that they were joking. Yeah. I used to think it was really stupid that Twitch was so insistent about it, and then like I looked into some of the stuff with YouTube. So like every time I do a YouTube live stream, I then later have to go in and say whether or not this content is for like if kids can watch it or not. And then if I do say kids can watch it, which I don't, but if I do say that, like it goes. There's a lot it does to the video. It makes it go no comments, like the advertisers that go on it, or like, I mean, not that I get paid for any advertisements on my YouTube stuff, but like the advertisements that can go on it completely change and like are much more restrictive, and therefore you get paid less. Like I as bad as Twitch is about it, like YouTube's if almost worse. Part of you ASAP. GG say bye to your account. I've heard there was a case where even the streamer got in trouble because they were not enforcing 2S. Yeah, so that's always the rumor. I don't, and OBS I don't have the way of deleting that post, and so I'm just gonna say I've seen Cass's driver's license. Wink wink. So I know that's not true, but yeah, Craig's right. That's how serious they take the don't joke that you're under 13, basically. Long story short. Okay, did Ahab catch that whale?
Dad, did you find out if Ahab managed to catch his whale? He sure fucking tried. But he failed, drowned, and took his whole crew down with him. The monster got the best of him.
Was it a women's only Discord server that had people send IDs for gender and 18 plus verification, which is crazy? Man, like, that's so tough because on the one hand, I understand wanting to create spaces for people, especially marginalized people, where like, hey, we could feel better about it, but like forgetting all the ick of, hey, we're gonna require you to post an ID, and like, which in some areas taking a picture of your ID and uploading it isn't even outside of like very specific purposes and even legal. This wouldn't be one of them. Right out the gate, that rule discriminates against trans women, especially trans women who live in areas where they can't update their license to reflect their gender identity, which already gives me the ick. Not that I'm LGBTQ, but and should be talking or have any. How I feel about it shouldn't necessarily have an impact, but that gives me a personal ick. Yeah, they allow trans women. But if your rule says you're checking the IDs and non-binary people, that's true. I've been told non-binary falls under the trans umbrella, but I guess I maybe I should just, what's the word? Always clarify, just in case there is someone like, I think there are people that are non-binary that don't feel they're trans. I can't think of anyone specifically that I've talked to you about that, but that's certainly a possibility. A lot of people left because they were making exceptions for some and not for others. Yeah, that's like, that's the tough thing. I can't imagine what it's like trying to create a space like that of like wanting to be inclusive, but it's hard to be inclusive and exclusive. Like, if that makes sense, where like, hey, we want to create the space where like this group isn't allowed, and we're gonna, but it's not exactly easy to determine. Like, there's no universal way of determining who's in that group or not, so we're gonna like use this method that isn't universal, and maybe we'll allow exceptions. Like, I don't know what the answer is. Like, if I wanted to create a veteran group, it's pretty easy. You're like, there's a number of different things you could submit that show that, and could you one of any of them, and like go from there. And so like, there is something in my life where like, oh, maybe I would want to create this exclusive group, but like, that's pretty easy. And I've even been in veteran groups that were like, hey, there's like, we don't want you to have to submit these documents, and we're going to probably get some people who aren't really veterans in this group because of it. But like, for instance, hey, just send us a picture of you with any piece of uniform piece that you still have or whatever, and like, that's good enough. And just understand that, hey, maybe someone gets in that is able to fake this, and that was fine with me. It's like that movie with Kevin Hart where he tried to go to a new parent meeting, but it was low-key just for moms. They didn't want him there. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole other can of worms of that, of like, and it's been getting better based on what I've found from my male friends who are parents. But like, there is like this weird expectation of like, hey, we're a group for parents, to, like, for the like, it'll be a group for stay-at-home parents, but like, the intention is it's for stay-at-home moms, and like, and stuff like that, where it's just like, we're trying to be inclusive, use inclusive language, but we don't necessarily want actually this here for whatever reason. And I say for whatever reason, not as like, oh, they don't have a reason. They probably do. And I'm not here to judge if it's bad or not, because it's like, it's going to vary from person to person, but like, they didn't want to talk about breastfeeding or something in front of him, which I get, but they should have labeled it differently, I guess. I've only seen a couple of clips, so I don't know. Yeah, and also it's a movie, so like, I've definitely heard stories like that from, again, heard stories from that from my male friends, and when I lived with Hogi-sama and G, when G was 1 to 2, and I would sometimes help out with the dad stuff, especially the first couple months I was there, because Hogi-sama like carved up his hand real bad on accident. And there was definitely times where I'm like, man, I feel awkward being here because like, I'm the only guy here with a bunch of kids. We're gonna say we're including you if you actually show up, we'll make you feel bad about it. Yeah. There's a little bit I've read about like, as a cishet guy, like, you know, I understand there's gonna be some weird vitriol about me, and not take it personally, even though sometimes I really want to. And as long as I do my best, that's what's important. And if that person still like is gonna be weird to me, then that's on them, not on me. But like, I've heard some weird things of like, especially around trans people, where like people will start talking about, like, they'll start talking about men, and then it'll be in front of a trans man, and they're like, oh, but you're okay, or whatever. Or like, trans women will start to feel awkward because they're like, well, that was 15 or whatever, how many years of my life that I was that. And like, did I magically change just because I realized I'm a woman? Like, no. That was still part of my life. And like, it's gonna differ from person to person. Some people are just shitty. That goes regardless of gender. And there's not much you do. There's not much I can do about that. So, again, I try not to dwell on it too much. But that has been interesting. Of like, and again, it goes back to it's like, not that you shouldn't be exclusive when you're trying to make something exclusive or inclusive. Like, the age-old extreme example of like, if you let fascists into your inclusive space, the fascists will make it not inclusive. But you do kind of have to be careful of like how inclusive or how exclusive you actually are. I say I hate men, and it's high-key true. It's because it's easier to say and explain all things around the statement. Like, obviously, nobody all admitted. That's not the point. Well, yeah. Like you're saying, it's easier to say and explain all the things surrounding the statement. I am frustrated because, like, one of the things I've learned trying to unlearn a lot of like shitty habits of my own is just because something's easier to say than the actual complicated fact doesn't mean I should say it. And but also, as a white guy, like, I really need to change my language on it. I really needed to change my language on it. So I did. And that doesn't mean that that's the same for every person. So I'm not gonna sit here and instruct you on anything or even get advice on this. Just one of the best analogies is that people treat all men like they're a gun. You never know if it's loaded or not, so you treat them all the same. Yeah. But that's the problem with analogies, though, is like, I mean, to use another analogy, like, if you're a hammer, like, everything looks like a nail to you. When trying to solve a problem, and in that situation, it can feel kind of shitty to be the nail, and I guess my point is, I understand the why. But there's a big thing of freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. And I can understand the why, while also just wanting to make it clear of like, hey, if this protects you, great. Like, if you feel this is the best way to protect you and any other way is potentially opening yourself to something that you don't want to do, then I totally understand that. But also, if you get treated differently because of it, you don't get a jail out of free pass, even if it makes sense to you. Like, there's consequences for every choice. And anyway, before I feel like I'm piling on you anymore, which I really don't want to do, not just because you're my friend, but because, again, this issue is super complicated. I could stream for 24 hours and we would not be any closer to solving it than we are right now. And so I don't want to make it feel like I'm accusing you of being wrong, because I sort of feel like I'm doing that. And when it's, again, a super complicated issue. So let's try and fix Jan's issue that Moby Dick is supposed to fix. Sounds like a sad ending.
Sounds like a sad ending. I don't know. Got me thinking. I'm not sure how those writers do it, but when you get to the end, it almost feels.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if it's because I'm sick or exhausted or both, but struggling to understand your words anyway. No, I'm.
Like it was obvious all along they wouldn't get him.
I'm being obtuse because I understand it's complicated.
I just hope it's not gonna be like that with us in Rapidium.
Like, there's how I feel deep down, but how I feel deep down isn't going to solve anything. And will just make matters worse and won't help me understand where other people are coming from. And so I'm not that I'm suppressing it. I've just learned, hey, like, how I feel about this is irrelevant in the sense of having a conversation with someone. And so I'm being a little obtuse because I understand that it's complicated. And if I just simply give my view, or simply give my deep-seated view, like the parts of me that are like, that feel hurt by everything, then like it's not gonna help anyone. It's not gonna help me. I just think overall people need to say things more. Yeah, no, that's would be my hope. That would be my hope. Like, why did none of the hundreds of students that walked by not tell me my backpack was open? Like, genuinely, yeah. I don't know if it's a problem that's gotten worse over time, but, or if it's always been this bad, but I've certainly noticed situations where, like, if I was just friendlier and said something, then maybe I could have made a difference, but also I don't know where that person's coming from, so I'm concerned that if I speak up, I'm going to come across in a different way. And regardless of what my intention is, if they're not ready for that and it affects them in some way, like, that's still on me, is how I personally feel. This is one girl to watch my stuff when I ran to the bathroom. Was like, wow, that was great, easy. Care for my crew more than the captain of that book.
We're gonna be okay. You know why? Because I care for my crew more than the captain in your book. I'm determined to succeed, but I'm not obsessed. Huh. So, is that what you think makes the difference? Caring about others?
I don't have another option than you're obsessed when you're a poor loser. Did it take me like 5 minutes to encourage myself to ask her? Yeah, I did, but I did it. Like, that's a victory. That's a, like, if you could do it on the first on the first try, like, that it didn't actually, that it probably wasn't that bad, like, wasn't something you actually had to overcome. If it took you 5 minutes to do it, then that was something you had to overcome. Like, that's the way I see it. Even if it wasn't 5 minutes, even if it was just like, oh God, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't. No, I really need to use the bathroom. Oh, but like if it was even that, like, that's still, like, to me, a victory of, like, trying to come up with like any, if you come up with, if you're trying to tell yourself, oh, maybe I shouldn't, and then you tell yourself, no, I'm going to, and then you do it, and then you realize, oh yeah, this wasn't anything, that's a win.
Want to really know what I think? I think you become obsessed with something if you're a poor loser. Yeah. And now that I think of it, maybe that Ahab guy wasn't thinking clearly. 'Cause he just couldn't get over what crippled him. Messed him up as a man. Like the last thing he'd ever admit to was being a loser.
Splash, thank you for calling chat beautiful. Look where that got him.
Look where that got him. Yeah.
Well, it didn't do me no harm, that distraction. Funny thing, that whole story made me realize something that never occurred to me before.
Yeah? What's that?
That it's, no shame to be weak.
Okay.
Now,
I think I can fix him, to be honest. That's what we're doing. We're fixing him.
I won't be obsessing about it anymore if that's okay with you. Wouldn't want to end up like Ahab.
So, heard the news?
Damn, I didn't even get to tell him that, yeah, that's okay, which I feel bad.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about it. They're saying it's a controversial idea. But this is not the time and place for being subtle, right?
Oh, interesting. You learned vulnerability. It takes strength to admit to a weakness. The miner taught you that allowing yourself to be vulnerable makes you more honest and approachable to others. It brings relief. Ooh. Okay, so we're still missing a lesson from the scientist? Interesting. I think my favorite thing about having multiple cats is that they all somehow find a different nook to sleep in on my bed. That does sound amazing. That's not the hand we got him. Oh, that's true. What the fuck? Also, botanist extends into technician's puzzle piece, but miner doesn't? Like, I'm on my side with my knees bent. Oh no. Okay, let's get miner out of the contemplation pod. And put him on workshop. So this was behind my knees, America was front of the missions. Nice. Okay, where? That's the workshop. Communication room. Feel like a pretzel. Ooh. That's right. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing it.
Lena, can you hear me?
I'm here. Did you get your rendezvous point?
Not yet. I'm experiencing unforeseen circumstances. Again.
What's the problem?
Oh, no. Okay, Twitch, you're voting on this. Do we lie and say it's a medical condition we developed, or do we tell her that there's something we haven't told her, which is that we've been making clones of ourselves? It's probably a tier list out there that ranks the badassery of fake replacement hands in game shows, etc. Ooh. I mean, obviously Gustav's is Gustav's is up here. Like, just straight up, Gustav is S+ tier. And for those who come after, Anakin and Luke Skywalker are probably some. Luke's was hey, he lost his hand for a second and they gave him a new one so they could just keep using. Are they gonna vote on mobile? Maybe not. Okay, so we're apparently lying to her, is what the one person who's voted said.
It's a medical condition I seem to have developed up here. Don't freak out, but it's some kind of, well, brain mutation.
What?
I said, don't freak out, please.
But Didn't you get a proper checkup before leaving? How the fuck is that even possible? What is wrong with this mission? What is wrong with Maxwell?
He's trying to help. He suggested something, but I'm not sure it's gonna work. I could really use a second opinion, and I just thought you could have some ideas.
Okay. Do you have anything you can send me?
Yeah, I've got an MRI scan.
Right. I'll see if I can figure something out.
Thank you, Lana.
Jan, you said Maxwell gave you a solution you didn't like.
Yeah, he did. I don't want to go into the details.
Well, whatever it is, maybe keep it as a backup option.
Thank God.
Just in case.
I was starting to be a little concerned that by doing this, I was going to be stuck doing whatever she did.
Thanks.
And I don't know if we have time for that.
All done. Should I take care of this now?
Wait, are we in the middle of a storm? I mean, sure, go out there, but I'm pretty sure we're in a storm.
Another lovely day with a brain mutation.
We're working on it.
Oh, there's a solution coming.
Okay. Wait. Have we even set up Rapidium out here? I probably should set up Rapidium. Oh God, what's the best way of doing that? Is this the only way I can get up to there? Okay, well... I have the pylon. But I don't have... Wait, where's the workshop? Okay, so this I can use on Rapidium. So let's make one of these. What's going on in the greenhouse? Why are we behind on this? Oh, I guess he just finished one. Are we not in a storm? Maybe the storm... Maybe the storm starts in 2 hours? That's gotta be it. The storm starts in 2 hours. Okay, well then let's... actually... Let's start getting the pylons back to the deposit. So I want to go this way. What is it at? Q. It is this way, right? Yeah. We go up this. Let's put it there. Then climb up this. If I put it too far back here. Oh. This isn't good. Wait. Your mods get scraps? You're too kind. I know. It's a problem. Huh. We do? Yeah, you get scraps of Expedition 33 content. Well, this isn't good. How the hell am I supposed to get the pylons up there? Oh, don't tell me it's like this. Oh, it is like this. Okay. Ooh, wait. No, it's not. Because how do I... Huh? I am so incredibly confused. Okay, well, let's retrieve this. What's a little bit of radiation between friends?
Is damaged. Should I work on this while you're scheduling repairs?
Yes. You can go work on maintenance.
Okay, I'm done. I can do this now. FYI, looks like we're running low on repair kits.
Okay, technician, work on base maintenance. Why are we running low on repair kits? It was literally... Yeah. And the miner's working on that. Unless I was supposed to have more than... Let's set the uphold to 3 then? Base in bad condition. We're working on it. What the hell's the kitchen? Down 1. Scientists working on it. Okay. Is there anything I can do while... I guess, is there something I can do in the refinery? Oh. Oh, what? I guess I can do one of these. That didn't help. Get me through any time. Stream dying. I dropped 952 frames. Oh, God. Are you fucking kidding me? Comcast doing work in your area as well? Maybe. Sending data. Oh, am I not live at all? Did my YouTube go down? That's my first question. Let's go to your videos. You're live now intermittently. Yeah. Yeah, I'm now. Oh, oh no. You know what it is? I bet I know what it is. I don't think it's Comcast's fault. So, Indy, I'm going to dox myself a little bit. You know that big field they're turning into like a housing and shopping center on the road that goes by the big mall near us? I'm literally across the street from that. And I wonder if whatever they've been fucking, or whatever they're doing this week is fucking with the wires. No, I'm not downloading a billion gigs of stuff. By Aromas? No. I'll message you later. I don't want to dox myself in general too much on the stream, but also I don't care. Based on the 4 friends we have in common, I'm okay with you knowing. My friend said I couldn't do poetry because of dyslexia, but I've already made a vase, a bowl, and a mug, so I sure showed them. Yeah, I'm back to having the same issues I was having Monday. It was great for an hour. Got to pick you up. It's like, oh, true. Yeah, so you got to know where I live anyway. That's a good point. Yeah, I am sorry. It looks fine now. I don't know what caused this, and I'm concerned it's going to happen again in an hour. Or less. And I don't, like, the other thing I'm concerned about is, like, not that I should be concerned about stream streaks, but, like, I don't want someone who was here the first hour to then lose their stream streak because of this shit. And so I think, wow, it says I've still been live for an hour, but obviously this ad break is saying that I wasn't live for a little bit. I figured out where we're going though. The timer says 5 minutes. It's super intermittent all day because of planned maintenance. Yeah. Indy and I live close enough to each other that if he's having issues and I start having issues, then I'm going to have.
Miguel Harris smells like syrupy waffles. Saying he smells good.
Big beard and bestest of friends.
Thank you so much, Jelly. Unfortunately, I'm having internet issues, so I think I'm going to end. Yeah, stream just restarted, Splash. Oh noes, yeah. Indy lives near me, and apparently he's been having Comcast plan maintenance all day. That's I hate to end when we didn't even finish a full day, but like, weird. I missed the first part, but got my streak. I don't know how Twitch does these things. Fucking Comcast. But also, there's construction going on across the street. I wonder if that's causing issues as well. So we're gonna rate somebody I haven't rated in a while. In Who's Brandon. Brandon is playing Clair Obscure, but he's not playing the story. Well, he's not playing through the story for the first time. I don't know if this is NG plus or if this is some. I think it's NG plus. Because Ciel has 15,000 health and is doing 400,000 damage. So I think this is NG plus. Because I don't think I've seen this refight of Maskkeeper. But yeah, so let's go say hi to Bran. Normally he plays DBD, but his non-DBD content is good enough. We should go say hi to him anyway. I don't know what's going on with the internet. It is really frustrating. I actually am probably going to call Comcast after this because this is the second time this week this has happened and it's really disruptive and I'm not happy about it. But let's be happy. Go say hi to Brandon. I'll see you guys over there. I'll hopefully see you guys Monday. Keep an eye on the Discord for if I keep having internet issues. And yeah, thanks for watching.